Hello, today we are off to do another one of the scavenger hunts, and we were going to do the Clounger one, but we just got in the car. We were a little bit later setting off than we thought. We got in the car and it's like an hour and 3/4 an hour,
yeah, an hour
something
and
like
3/4.
So it's probably a bit too far, so we've sort of like changed on the fly, and we're going to do the scavenger hunt down at Southport on the Gold Coast, because that's only about 50 minutes or so from us here.
And it's very nice there.
So we'll go and have a look around there.
one.
Yeah. Anyway, never mind. We will better get a move on and then and get this started.
See when we get there. So this is a slightly different start to our normal walking or our normal days out. We're getting to Southport on the Gold Coast, which is a lot busier. Nearly there.
We found a little picnic bench down by the foreshore. I just had some lunch, and I'll just give you a quick look around. So we've got the water, there's people out swimming, and they've got these little huts with a little sand place as well. There we go.
Cheers! Little cabanas sounds a little bit more upmarket than a hut.
Cabanas, you're right. But there are quite a few chairs and tables around, and they all seem to be, whether they've actually designed it like this or not, but they all seem to be in the shade of the trees, which, if it was designed like that, is a great idea, because you can sit, especially in the summertime, you can sit and be shaded by the trees. It's like, I hate it when you...
They're not just chairs, they are.
There's
Look,
there's a lounge as well.
They're built-in lounges. Look, there's two over there.
Yeah.
And there's a big double one here. That's beautiful, proper lounges.
Helicopter taking off for the helicopter tours. And there's looks like there's a jet ski safari going on there as well.
Love a jet ski. We love a jet ski safari.
That's the one. There's a bit of a breeze today though, and we'd have some lunch, so I think we'll get off and start the tour, because it's getting a little bit chilly. We're starting this one at Nerang Street, 47 Nerang Street, which I believe is the site of the former town hall. Maybe the town hall. Anyway, so we've got the light rail, and down there is Chinatown. It may take us around there. We don't know yet till we get the clues. So have you got the clues there?
Yes, well, this was it. This is our first location, is to actually find the town hall. So Southport is just up the road from Gold Coast, and Southport was the original tourist destination for Brisbane and on this side of Queensland. And in I can't remember the date, about 1899 I think it was, the town grew so big they had to build a new town hall, and this is it. This is an Art Deco style town hall, and no expense apparently was spared, but I can't have the date right because Art Deco.
Did you find the date?
I did. So this town hall was built in 1922 and it was restored in 2002, and yeah, it looks pretty magnificent. Now the question here is, one characteristic of Art Deco is the use of simple geometric shapes. How many brown diamonds appear between the first and second floors on the two exposed sides of the building? So we have to walk around the building and have a look for the diamonds that appear between the two floors. You can just see the diamonds here. Level 4. It's 4 on this side.
6, 10?
Yeah, so that's between 7 and 9 or 13 and 15.
Did we get it right?
The correct answer was 10 to 12.
Yes, there you go.
Next challenge is for us to find the Hotel Cecil. Though maybe you can't check in for a night's stay, they've been in operation for one form or another for over 110 years. if you wanted to make an advance reservation in 1907, the hotel requested that you sent a postcard. Keep in mind, this was a few years before they had the internet. Okay, let's try and find the Hotel Cecil.
Okay. This is the Southport or Gold Coast light rail system. We found the Hotel Cecil. It's just a little bit further down the Rang Street. So the canopy on the Hotel Cecil is over 100 years old, and you see that it says B. DeMills. Cecil B. DeMills, the American actor, but apparently it has nothing to do with him, because this was 10 years, he rose to fame 10 years after this hotel was actually built. So not really sure why it's got B. DeMills on, to be honest, if it's nothing to do with it.
Doesn't, the quiz does not give us the answer, so we don't know. We're left in the dark about that one.
Oh, well.
Now the next one is to take us to Southport's Chinatown. This has been vastly improved over the last few years, but it's not even close to being finished yet. Could just come back and see what's new every now and again, it says. So
well, we know where this is because we've just walked past it, so we go back up the road again.
Let's go and see if we can find General Tsao while we're there.
Okay. We're now at the entrance to Chinatown. We're looking for a specific place. General Tsao?
Tsao. T-A-O, Tsao.
Okay. And at the end of the road is a statue. We're looking for General Tsao. This is a statue of Confucius. Honestly, my Chinese knowledge is not that great to know whether there's a connection between General Tsao and Confucius. They may be one and the same person, but we will check that out and find out.
So the clue told us to look for the delicious General Tsao, and showed us this picture, and this statue is of Confucius. So we were then looking for a restaurant called General Tsao, which we can't find one. So we've looked it up, and General Tsao is actually a delicious chicken dish named after, it's actually called General Tsao, and it's a chicken dish. It's served in North American Chinese restaurants. The dish is named after General Tsao, King Dynasty statesman and military leader.
There we go.
There you go. Nothing to do with Confucius. But anyway, so this statue was paid for by lots of different organisations, including the Confucius organisation and the Australian Confucius organisation, and a few others as well. And it's got lots of nice sayings around the bottom that he's famous for saying. So our next clue is to look for the flashy Southport Community Centre. And at this community centre they will do martial arts, learn a foreign language, work with some dance moves. It just says everything is here behind this funky facade.
Funky facade. All right. Okay, let's see if we can find it then.
Yeah, let's go.
So we're walking now down through Chinatown, again, past all the restaurants, and down towards the main road, which I think is the road where the light rail goes. There's lots of, actually some lovely smells here.
So this little cutie is at the end of of Chinatown on the outside. He's called a Pandemonium. He's a cross between a koala and a panda.
Down the road we've come across the Poke California. Welcome to the Poke California. You have to excuse my singing. I think you get the picture there. Get what I was trying to say? This is Southport Central, and I think this is the building that we're looking for. But outside of this building is another little friend. This is the koala who walked. So a little koala friend here. The artist was a lady called Kim Robertson, and it's part of, I think it's part of a series because it says it's part of animals with attitude. So we may find some more. I don't think the panda koala was one of those. Didn't look like it, but maybe she's done a little bit more work around the city. Maybe we'll come across some more as we go around. I don't know.
Our next challenge is to find the Southport Uniting Church. Way back when, they used to say the best way to start a village was to have a church and a pub. Those early pioneers probably weren't picturing a church like this, so it sounds like we're in for a bit of a treat.
Yeah.
Something a bit different. When the congregation knew it was time for a bigger church in the 1960s, they held an Australian-wide competition for designs. Do you know what other monumental building in Australia also was designed by a competition win?
St John's Cathedral in Brisbane.
Was it St John's?
No, I don't know. I just said, you asked me to guess, and I guessed.
Oh, no.
Am I right?
No, the Opera House. So the Sydney Opera House. St John. No, the Sydney Opera House was won through a competition. So
was won through a competition.
It was the winning design was from a
meant.
competition. So we're hoping for big things from this Southport Uniting Church.
The Uniting Church. It may just be a modern church. I don't know. Anyway.
I think it's going to be a modern church.
Okay, let's see what we can find then. We've worked out where this is, and it's actually sort of back the way we've just come, back onto the main road where Australia Fair is, and just across the road there. The Uniting Church is at the end of the road, opposite, or pretty much next to Australia Fair, to be honest. I don't know how we missed it on the way down.
Looks like the underneath of a boat. It actually looks like a boat sinking, and the roofway is the hull of the boat. The roof is the hull of the boat going in. If you can see what I mean. See, as though it's a boat going sinking. Can you see what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it was a church, actually. They're right. We haven't seen one like that before.
No. It looks very like a library, actually. So the clue asks us, one look at the roof, which we've already looked at from across the way, inspires you to go to the beach, and it gives you 4 options of what it looks like to you. So we've already thought it looked like the hull of a boat, but our options were coral, umbrella, sandcastle, or a shark fin. So the closest we can think is a shark fin. Let's see if we were right. Correct answer is a shark fin.
Yay.
So the congregation built this church, working in the scorching heat to get this built. As they say, congregations that sweat together, stay together. I think that's
Is that a saying?
No, I think that's a made-up one. Couples that laugh together, stay together, I think it is, isn't
I don't know. Just, yeah,
anyway.
you could put anything in, but no, that is quite impressive. So the congregation actually built the church.
Yes, it is a pretty impressive church.
Yeah.
Next stop is to look for the Broadwater Parklands. If the Gold Coast has surface paradise, this place must be Southport, Nirvana. Okay.
Oh, that's why we had lunch, isn't it?
It is. So
Okay.
we can head down there.
We'll have a wander off down there then.
And yeah, have a look at some of the best views of the Gold Coast.
The plan was to try and find a coffee shop and have a coffee along the way, and we've passed a few coffee shops, but they're all closed. So I think Southport must sort of close up on a Sunday. Doesn't seem to be anywhere, no coffee shops or any of the little cafes open. The Parklands is a big place. There are lots and lots of car parks. We have to find the bouncy pillow, which has a big multicoloured canopy over the top of it. I'm just crossing this little gully here, which Alison's just crossed, and she's shouted from the other end of the path, "I found it!" So I think she's found where we're supposed to go. From the quiet back streets where we just walked, we walked onto the Gold Coast Highway to cross to the, I think that's the Pillow, and this is an amazingly, oh, that's very nice. Look at that Rolls Royce. Very nice. We're lucky to catch that one. But yeah, this is an extremely busy road. We're on the other side of the Australia Fair shopping centre. This is the the front of the shopping centre with the car park levels, and there's 200 and something shops I think inside that shopping centre. This is the Broadwater Parklands. It's a bit windy today, so there might be a bit of wind noise, so I'll not hang around. It's we've got a bit of a break. So we've got an inflatable water park. That was great fun. And over in the distance you may be able to see with the sails, that's the Southport Yacht Club, and there is a fenced off swimming area and a platform for safe swimming, so that you don't get eaten by the sharks. And then some gorgeous sand to just lay out. I wouldn't want to lay out on that today. It's too windy to lay out on that today for me. Too windy for me to lay out on the beach today.
It is windy, but it's still very warm. Actually, it's a pleasant wind to cool you down. Maybe a little bit, not too much. My hat keeps coming off. So the next clue was to see the colours on the canopy that's covering the pillow. And
we are here.
The colour is yellow. You're correct.
Oh, I love the little cycly train thing to catch up to the people in front.
Madison will remember this. We were here probably about 15 years ago when she was maybe 2, maybe 3, and she went on this on a visit we had to Australia.
The directions tell us now to head up towards the pier, which is obviously on our right, and to the rock pools playground beyond. The rock pool play area is just beyond the pier. This is where we were heading, and this is a great little place for the kids to come and play. There's very shallow water. There's some animals that are spraying out water from their mouth, like not sure what, there's a turtle and a couple of other. So lovely little place for the kids to cool off. Yeah, it's a lovely little area, this. Sand.
Very safe for families.
Looks it, yeah.
It's definitely a thumbs up for families to come.
Yep. So we are now off to the Aquatic Center. I don't know where the Aquatic Center is.
It's just this way. Somewhere,
oh, okay.
Somewhere here. This is it here, I think.
This looks like restaurants.
Yep.
There is the Shack Espresso, and there's the Fish Shack as well, which I think is like a cafe type area. Sure, this is the Aquatic Center.
This has been around since the 1960s, but it was refurbished for the 2018 Commonwealth Games. Maddie and I came down for the Commonwealth Games, but we didn't actually make it to the swimming events. We went to the stadiums. So this is a first for me to see this.
Where are we off now?
Well, we're off to the Southport Bathing Pavilion. So it's saying back in the day, kind of in the 1920s, people used to come down here to swim, and they'd set up little wooden huts to get changed in, pretty much what you see in every European country.
Yeah.
But they then built a proper pavilion for people to get changed into. So that's where we're going to go.
They got quite a lot of them at the seasides, because when we went to Redcliffe and Woody Point, they had bathing pavilions up there as well.
Yeah, properly built ones.
Okay, so this is a little bit quieter, this area where we are now, and it's some grassy areas. So I think we're at the sort of the endish of the parklands, but there's still a lot of grassed areas where you could sit down, have a picnic, and actually we may do that. We may just find a little space to sit down and have a refreshment.
Yes.
We've been walking for a couple of hours now.
Yeah.
An hour and 3/4.
Okay.
The bathing pavilion's behind me. You can tell it's in the same sort of style, the 1920s sort of Art Deco-y type style. Now, maybe not Art Deco-y type, but it's a similar sort of style to the town hall. Because it was built in a similar era, so it's set back a little bit further than I would have thought from the water. Although, yeah, I thought traditionally they were sort of on the edge of the water, but not too far back, I suppose. Here is the original entrance, built in 1934.
This is our next stop. We've come to our beautiful surfing lady. This statue was bought by the Gold Coast Council and was put here, and the clues say she was put here to watch the sunset and the sunrise. But if our geography serves us right, you can't actually do both while you're still only facing one way. So she may get sunset or sunrise, but she won't get both, we don't think.
No, I don't think so.
No, but she looks very glamorous.
When we looked on the map earlier, I noticed that all the barbecues and shelter areas are named after fish or sea creatures. So this is the Stingray Barbecue and Shelter, where we are going to stop for a quick refreshment. The final port of call for this particular tour is the Cafe Catalina, which we saw on the way here, which I think is by the Aquatic Center. So we'll head on back there and then back to the car and do our wrap up. On our way back to the cafe, and we missed this coming up, there's an education shelter, mangroves. It's like a, I don't know, like a hide for bird watching. Let's have a quick look. Bit of a history of the area. And a look out onto the artificially made wetland areas as a habitat for the birds in this region. Wherever we go, this is showing just what a dangerous place Queensland is. Gold Coast waterways, general warning, submerged objects and potential for dangerous aquatic organisms. Everywhere we go are warning signs for some dangerous things. It's like, if you took notice of these, you actually, you know, you'd be frightened to step out of the house because everything is dangerous in Queensland. This is the Cafe Catalina, or the Catalina Restaurant and Bar, which is the end point for this particular scavenger hunt. So that's us. It's just on 5 kilometers, actually 4.97 I think, which is about our usual. We'll do a wrap up when we get back to the car and then head off home. Down Narang Street on the way back to the car, there are all these signs. Merry Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. Now that's fine, however, today's date is the 10th of October. And in my book, that's just a little bit early to be putting have a Merry Christmas banners up. Back at the car now, and we're on our way home. So it's time for our wrap up of the day.
What can we say?
Look, it was an enjoyable day out. We always have fun when we come out. And there were some beautiful parts of it, down by the water pools and by the what's it called, Broad Beach?
Broadwater Beach.
I can't remember what it's called now.
That's beautiful. That is the highlight of the day, and you could definitely spend all day there. And beautiful places for your family, and just to enjoy, have picnics, have barbecues, and the water areas. And that was lovely. But in the city, we don't think that the scavenger hunt, in fact the scavenger hunt did not make the best of the city itself, the locations that it took us, the streets we had to go down, and the highlights of the city didn't show it off to its best.
Look, I think there was certainly some things there, that the community centre and the United Church in particular, which you know, there's nothing wrong with those. They weren't of any real significance to. They were really just, I felt, there to have a point to go to. There is an official Southport Heritage Trail, and we'll check that out, because from what I saw on the markers along the way, I think there was a lot more of the history of the area, and a lot more.
Looks like there's a lot more.
The museums and I think that would have been a better one to do. We may come back and do that sometime, because it's not too far from home. But
and the trail, the tour did not give the best justice actually of the Broadwater Beach either. It only did the top end of it, and it's about 2.5 kilometres long, and it went all the other way, and we missed all that bit out, but we could see that looked just as fabulous all the way along. So it's the tour we'd say is disappointing, not the place itself. But because I love his company, I always have a lovely day.
Oh yeah, it's always good to get out and see new places.
And sausages for lunch.
Of course.
What's not to love?
All right, let's call it a day. Let's go home. Until next time.
Yeah.
Don't forget, like and subscribe. I've never said that before.
Put a comment below.
Put a comment below. Yeah, everybody else says like, subscribe, put a comment below, and we never put that on. But I thought I'd just throw that in at the end then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please do. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.